All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to the two fighters. This one brought to you with thanks to Next Gen. We do it in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, standing across in the blue corner. Weighed in officially 69.9 kilos. Travels to us tonight from the Sunshine Coast, where he's trained out of the integrated MMA gym. Tonight makes his debut. Make some noise. This is Ted Hanlon. And his opponent standing across in the red corner, tipped the scale 70 kilos at Nate. From the Gold Coast, trained out of the DTV Academy Gym. Fight number 2 tonight, looking for win number 1. Give it up, make some noise. This is Ioane. Referee, Mr. Nathan Waters.
This fight proudly brought to you by Next Gen Construction. Whether you're building a custom home or completing renovations and extensions, Next Gen offers amazing service and quality throughout. Follow Next Gen Constructions on Instagram at nxtgen.construction. Big leg kick from Hanlon early. He's putting those jerky feints in, and Ioane's biting on a bunch of them. Another huge leg kick. Waiting for some activity from Ioane, who seems to be biding his time. Hanlon just displaying these kicks early. His chin's straight up in the air. And Ioane, like we said, biding his time, just looking for that chin. Hanlon looking a little bit stiff, but those kicks are just thunderous.
Yeah, a bit stiff, but also he just keeps punching. We're just chipping away. And if this keeps going for the whole round, then it's Hanlon's round.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Ioane just being perhaps a little too patient. He's looking for that big shot by the looks of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jake. It looks like he's waiting for Hanlon to make a mistake, walk onto something and catch him.
Ioane fighting with his mouth open. He can't be tired this early in the fight. You don't want to be cracked with your mouth open. You can see that one hobbled him. He switches stance.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ioane hasn't tried to check any of these yet, because Hanlon is whopping them in.
And another one on the other side. He's hitting him right above the knee as well. It's a fantastic targeting from Hanlon. And Ioane chooses to engage now. He needs to do more of that. I love how Hanlon's going to the body.
Your leg kick on the get-up. That's awesome.
Big knee from Ioane. He's got the respect of Hanlon now. Hanlon using the double forearms guard. Again, he goes to the body. I love it. Let's see if he can build off it, go body head. You can see the reaction there from Hanlon. He's starting to really respect these shots of Ioane, especially after that blitz. Ooh, that one hit knee. Open stance. Hanlon in southpaw, that kick on the open side becomes huge. You can kick to the leg, you can kick to the body, you can send it up high, which could be something that Hanlon's looking for.
Yeah, Hanlon's shots are impressive for an amateur. They just land with a thick, like a thud every time.
It's those thuds that just, it's literally the noise of all the power transferring into the meat of the leg. The slap, very audible. It's not so much what you want. You want that thud because they're just eating all of it. It's just that baseball bat to the leg. There's that kick on the open side. Ioane gives him a nod. Another knee. Ioane seems to have him exactly where he wanted him. What a great round. Shaping up to be a fantastic fight. There were a few times there where Hanlon could have been in a dominant position on the ground. He was stood over Ioane at one point, let him up, leg kicked him, like you said, on the get-up, and he caught another kick as well and could have went into the grappling, chose not to. It looks like this is going to be a stand-up fight.
Yeah, Ioane, he's doing a good job when he goes for it. I think maybe just waiting a little bit too much on the outside, and that's really playing into giving Hanlon a big advantage. The legs are going to feel cooked in the next round. They're going to be sore.
Yeah, 100%. The very rare times that Ioane got his jab off, it was actually beautiful. It was very crisp. It was right where he needed to be positionally. He was at a perfect distance. It might be something that he needs to look forward to doing in this second and third round. 1-2. Ioane versus Hanlon. Straight back to it is Hanlon. Why? You can't fault him. Go for it. Like you said, at some point, even if you're not checking him, like when he kicks, go. Oh, catches that kick, throws the lead hand over the top.
Yeah, I'm sure Ioane would have just gotten the appropriate corner advice to not just wait on the outside. And I'm sure we'll see him be a bit more active now.
Buckled that leg in a little bit just then. Ioane just been so stoic in the face of all these kicks to the leg. It's very difficult to communicate it to the people that haven't eaten a leg kick, let alone 16 leg kicks.
Yeah.
Like, he probably won't be walking tomorrow. That's the only way to, like, describe it.
Yeah, no way.
It's so debilitating. He's fine now. His adrenaline's pumping. He's in the midst of a fight because he's got that fight or flight response happening and the adrenaline's keeping up. But, like, there's another one. It's like, tomorrow he won't be walking, or at least he won't be walking well.
Yeah, it's going to be purple tomorrow. You can already see, actually, he's got those long kind of tights on under his pants, but you can see it hanging down the bottom of his quad above his knee. It's already starting to swell and go red.
Oh, and a 1-2 from Hanlon. He's almost got Ioane. He's so worried about these leg kicks that he's able to throw that two-piece onto the top, and Ioane sends one back. It's like he's fine leg kicking and going first doing that. Ioane has a burst and then Hanlon like almost wakes up and is like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said before, I mean, Hanlon, his guard's pretty open and his chin's high. If Ioane looks to throw as the kick's coming, that might work a bit better for him.
Absolutely. Because he's not doing anything. He's not defending them and he's not offensively giving Hanlon something to respect while he's kicking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a general rule, if you're not going to check the kick, you're at least going to throw a punch as they throw their kick, right? But if you opt for neither, your leg's going to explode.
You're eating kicks. It's in your future. Look, even here, Ioane, no feints, no jabs. Like, he's asking to be kicked in the legs again. There we go. And Hanlon respects it. He respected that right-hand feint. Nice.
It can be hard sometimes to make that feint game work if you're not throwing enough. If you're feinting more than you're actually throwing, sometimes it just doesn't work for you, especially at a lower level where people just respect the feints a bit less.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just empty threats at that point because feints don't set up punches. I think punches set up feints.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and a right hand from Hanlon. Oh, you hear that shot to the body? That was just shin to the belly. Whoa, you could hear and see the corner of Ioane just telling him to go. And it was like Hanlon took the advice and said, all right, if you don't, I will. Wow, just turned around that round. When Ioane goes, he's finding his target. And there's Hanlon again, just taking offense almost to any time that Ioane throws at him and sends it straight back. There's that 1-2. Hanlon just wading in.
Yeah, like you said, he's almost just waking Hanlon up. When he goes good and he wakes his opponent up, and then he gets caught with another gigantic leg kick.
Moving into the third round. This is huge. It really is. It's similar to our two previous fights of the night. It is a juncture point where you're like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What is this round going to comprise of? Are you going to do more of the same and hope for the best? Or are you going to take your corner's advice? Are you going to be able to turn this thing around? Oh, and a beautiful stiff jab from Hanlon. Goes back to those probing shots. The jab, the leg kicks, and Ioane just choosing to shell up now. It's almost a reversal of roles. Very, very strange that Ioane's just such a dynamic striker and he just went in for a takedown. Like, are you really going to take him down and sub him in this round? Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow Ioane has gotten blood on me. I don't know how. He's so far away. How did he do that?
That's a tradition for us, man. I said it before the show. If we didn't get blood on us at the commentator's booth, it's bad luck.
That's how you know Hanlon's shots sting. The blood traveled like 3 meters.
Oh, easily. Oh, yeah, you can really see that nose leaking now, and that's from that stiff jab of Hanlon. I got to feel that, like, Ioane's doing good things to defend, but defense is its own reward. If you slip your head, if you parry a punch, you don't, if you're a judge, you don't pick that up. You've got to make something of that. He's making Hanlon miss, and there's opportunities to go here. And the one going is just Hanlon. Fantastic. That's what Ioane needs to do, not just shell up, but throw. Get that respect back. Because he is a fantastic striker. He's incredibly quick. He's got a lot of pop in his shots. And speaking of pop in his shots, Hanlon now turning it on. I wouldn't mind seeing him go back to the body and up to the head again. But he's getting zealous. Maybe overzealous, but that could be what it takes to finish this fight. With under a minute left. If you're Ioane, the pressure is seriously on.
Interesting how Hanlon never really throws combos.
Yeah.
He just throws massive singles, and it's working for him.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. It's scarier, funnily enough.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
If you're that guy and there's this guy just throwing lumps at you, it's weirdly more intimidating. The contingent in the crowd for Hanlon just making himself known. Again, it was like one from Hanlon, but there's just so much pop in him. I was going to say, if he goes back to the body here, there's a home for any of these shots. Ioane just finding that little bit of what was left in the tank and letting it go.
Ioane is a tough man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Those are some thunderous single shots by him, and probably the way he strikes, that's why it's so powerful, because he doesn't throw combos. Everything is full body commitment, and it just lands with that thud.
Yeah, 100%. It was like the effort of like lifting weights, like, but they were punches and they were strikes, and they just absolutely lit up Ioane's head, not to mention his legs. That was a great debut fight for him. It looks like he's found his little niche in the fighter that he wants to be. I wouldn't change it up too much. He's like a tank.
Yeah, it's interesting how he kind of just started with those single leg kicks, worked great, and then just swapped to the single straight punches, and it continued to work great for him.
And with that, we pass it over to James O'Shea for our official decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get set to make this one official. Put your hands together for both fighters. You certainly were entertained by them here tonight. This one will be thanks to our fight sponsor here, Next Gen. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. All three scored about 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, and it goes to the blue corner,